the Biden administration has lost the corporate press.
Yeah.
So either the plan from the deep state is to, like, I don't know, shuffle out Joe Biden for Gavin Newsom, or Biden is just overplayed and they're just like, we got nothing. Like, at a certain point, even the stupidest American stops believing it.
Yeah.
I think the plan for the deep state is to let Trump win. I really do.
I agree.
I completely believe that Donald Trump is going to win, and maybe win by 100 electoral votes.
100.
I think the plan is is that Trump's going to win. I think that is the plan. All of the evidence that I see, everything from his support of Mike Johnson to sort of this more consensus look for the Republican Party, to the floating of Marco Rubio as the vice president. He's on the Intel committee. He chairs the Intel committee in the Senate. I think all of it signals to the decision has been made that we're no longer going to fight the inevitability of Donald Trump. And more importantly, what's happening right now is big bumpers are being put on a potential Trump administration.
Yeah.
So a bunch of laws are being passed and a lot of stuff's being put into play to just kind of like lock in what they have right now, with the eventuality, like knowing that they're going to allow Trump. And it's not because they like Trump. I think that they realize that if what happened in 2020 happens again, everyone's going to lose faith in all of the institutions, all the systems, and in the entire regime and the entire process. Well, and so they have to kind of like let democracy actually happen and let people get what they want to reinforce that this is that this is real. And that's what I believe is going to happen. I believe Trump's going to win clearly on election night.
I hope you're right. I hope Trump, frankly, is making deals backstage with the swamp. Every establishment, politician, and bureaucrat there is. I hope he's shaking all of those hands, making deals. But then I hope once he gets into office, he backstabs and betrays every single one of them.
Revenge, the ultimate
like
revenge.
they definitely did to him. So that's my Machiavellian hope for Trump.
Because that was one of his, like, in 2017, that was one of his biggest mistakes, is that he had sort of this kind of amnesty towards people that had wronged him in the past. Like we talk about all the time, he didn't, like, pursue charges against Hillary Clinton.
Right.
He's like, all right, it was fun saying you should be in jail, but, we're not going to arrest our political opponents or whatever. And then he hired, like, Reince Priebus, all these, like, establishment people, and then they all stabbed him in the back. So to do the same thing in reverse, that would be
I hope we see Dark Trump 2024.
Yes.
That's
I
what
want to talk about, go back to what Benny was just saying and start over for a second. You're saying that you think Donald Trump will win. It's the deep state plan. I'm going to ask you to elaborate on it once more, but before I do, while you were telling us, I went over to ChatGPT and I typed in, current favorability among independents for Trump is 39% and Biden is 28%. Assuming this correlates directly to voting, and based on the total voter turnout in 2020, calculate the total national electoral vote count for 2024. It's not science. It's just pull the numbers. What do you get? It said what you said. Trump wins by nearly 200 electoral votes based on this estimate. It's not scientific. I don't know that this actually matters. But looking just right now at how independents voted, in 2020, they were favoring Biden, according to the polls. According to the polls, they're favoring Trump. ChatGPT just pulls all the total vote counts for each state, makes an estimate based on what the total percentage of people who are independent voters. It's a range from between 33 and 43%. And then assuming Trump has a 10% edge, it calculates what that voter turnout's going to be in each state. And that's the number it gives us. It varies. It changes every time you ask. But I genuinely believe as well, everything you said, I agree with. I looked at Mike Johnson supporting Ukraine, Taiwan, Israel. Donald Trump meeting with Mike Johnson defending him. And my theory is that with the Israel crisis among Democrats, the youth vote just basically being no to Israel, the Democrats and Republicans unifying on banning TikTok, then Trump coming out saying I'm the most pro-Israel president, and then defending, standing up for Mike Johnson, working with Mike Johnson on this bill. I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if the deep state basically went to Trump and said, all right, it's time to compromise. Let's cut a deal. And so with Joe Biden canceling the military or blocking the military aid, I'm like, I think it is being set up right now for a Trump victory. Matt Walsh was saying last night he thinks Trump wins, but then as soon as he's out, the deep state erases everything he did. And so it's basically give baby his bottle, but then we're going to come in full force after the fact.
Trump was for a new FBI building.
Right.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's certainly interesting.
I'm a huge Trump fan. I'm a massive Trump fan. But this guy wrote the art of the deal. And if you read The Art of the Deal, which of course is sort of Trump in a book, in a single book, it is about doing this style of deal making.